So now we're going to take a look at multiple laws in a single operation. This is very similar to order of operations, which you've dealt with in the past using just regular numbers. But now we're going to think about it in terms of exponent laws. So when there's more than one operation, or when more than one operation is being applied in an expression, more than one law may need to be applied to simplify or solve the expression. Now again, using order of operations. Pull that right there, there we go. Using order of operations, exponents are, again, as we've mentioned here, the second operation to be done to solve. Okay, so important to remember they're second, brackets are first, so we do it inside brackets. There might be exponents in the brackets, but we do that first, then we go through and solve for our answer. Okay, when multiplication and division are in the same statement, we always solve from left to right, or we do top and bottom separate and then we divide. Okay, so again, remember that if we see something like a fraction here, we do what's on top first, then we divide. If we do have this here, we finish the top, we finish the bottom, then we divide. And we'll get into that one in just a little bit with a couple of examples. Let's look at the first one here. We have 3 squared divided by 3 to the power 4 times 3 cubed. We have division and multiplication. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first operation, which is division, and then do the second one, which is operation, or it was multiplication. Now, it's not because in BEDMAS division comes first. That is because in this case, division comes first here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to combine those two together. And this is a division statement. So we have a positive 2 and a positive 4. So we're going to do 2 plus, sorry, we're dividing here. 2 minus 4 is equal to negative 2. So this case here, this one is going to simplify to 3 to the power of negative 2. And then we have multiplying by 3 to the power of 3. Okay, so what we've done here is we've just simplified these two. Now again, remember, we always do it in order. Okay, so we start with that. Then we can solve this one, this step here. And so now we are multiplying, so we're going to do negative 2 plus 3, and that's going to equal to positive 1. So our answer in this case here is 3 to the power of 1, okay, or just 3. Okay, so 3 to the power of 1, or it's just equal to 3. So again, we first start by subtracting, then we add, and then we get our answer in this case here, okay, because that is our first step. Second one here, we have a fraction where we have something on top and something on the bottom. The bottom is already done, base 6 here. We have base 6 on top here, but the top has some stuff on there. So what we're going to do is we are going to start by putting these two together. We're going to combine those into a simplified power. To do that, we have 6 squared and 6 to the power of 5. It's multiplying, so we're going to be adding the exponents together. 2 plus 5 is 7. So this is going to give us, put it here, we're going to have 6 to the power of 7 over 6 to the power of 4. Okay, the bottom doesn't change, it's not yet. Okay, so that's done. We have now the top is done. So once both the top and the bottom are down to a single power, we can then simplify the two of them together. So we have division, 7 on top, 4 on the bottom. So we are going to divide, or 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. And so this is going to give us, this is equal to 6 to the power of 3. So we work our way down, we simplify down to a single power. Now again, we can do that because they all have the same base. If they didn't have the same base, we wouldn't be able to do that. All right, next one here, we have quite the operation on top and quite the operation on the bottom. So the first thing that we need to do on the top is we need to multiply, or we need to put this 4 in, actually, no, sorry, that's not what we do first. The first thing that we do is we put these two together. okay? And at the same time, we can actually put these two together here as well. Both cases we're multiplying. So in both cases, we're going to be adding our exponents together. So I'm going to do two sets of those. First one's going to be 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. And the second set on the bottom, we have -3 plus 5, which is equal to 2. So what this is going to give us here, we're going to have this is equal to, well, the top now we have the 5. So we have to keep this organized here. 4 to the power 5, but and this is still to the power 4. And we're going to divide that now on the bottom. That one we combine with the 2, so we're going to have 4 to the power of 2. But now outside the brackets is also a power of 2. So what we've done now is we've combined these ones. Next step, now we're going to work through the brackets. So now we have this 4, it's going to be multiplied to the 5, and the 2 is going to be multiplied to the 2. Now we can do that, I think, without writing out what we are doing here. So I'm just going to use a different color to represent what we're doing. So 5 times 4 is 20, so this is 4 to the power of 20, over, on the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4, this is 4 to the power of 4. So we have 4 to the power of 20 over 4 to the power of 4. Now we're almost done. Now we're down to a division statement here. So we have the top is finished and the bottom is finished. So now we can actually just subtract those, and we're going to do that with blue here. I'm just going to move everything over a little bit so we've got a little bit more room. And so our last thing here is going to be 20 minus 4 is equal to 16. So our final answer there we go, is going to be 4 to the power of 16. And let me put an equal sign in front there. There we go. So first step, we took care of the brackets. Okay, took care of what's inside the brackets. Then we took care of our exponents. Then we finished up with our division here, and we came up with a simplified power. Now I want you to take a look at question number 3. It deals with a bunch of these. Some are a little more complicated, some are a little bit simpler. Okay, again, work through, show each step as to how you are coming up with your answer.